Welcome to Slayer the Alchemist, and as promised in my last video where I talked about what went right and what went wrong with Turbo, that I was going to do a combining the best of Turbo and the best of Ram It Down to make one album that I'm calling Turbo Recharged, or maybe I could have called it Turbo Down, Ram It Turbo, or something like that. But we'll stick with Turbo Recharged. Got my whiteboard here. I'm going to break this up into sides. I did put some thought into the order. I did put in a specific order here. Think like vinyl records, side A and side B. So side A, I'm going to keep it roughly to the time that, time limits of vinyl. 25 minutes is pushing it, but, somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes. So 5 songs aside. So I'm going to open my record, Turbo Recharged, with Ram It Down. I think that that opens up the Ram It Down album, which I've got back there. And I think it's a great opener. It's got a lot of energy. It's very metal, high speed, comes out at you right away, comes out swinging. So I'm going to open side 1 with Ram It Down. Then I'm going to go with change the pace a little. And this is the opener on Turbo. So I'm going to go with number 2. Second song on side A for me is going to be Turbo Lover. Love that song. I talked about it in the last video. I like the use of keyboards and the drum machines in it. So I think it's kind of a nice contrast, fast Priest there going into something a little bit more experimental, a little new for its time. Okay, number 3, the third song on side 1 for me is going to be from Ram It Down, Come and Get It. I think the feel changed a little bit. It has a different feel than the first 3 songs. So we've got a little bit of everything here in the first 3 songs. I like it's a little slower, but still heavy. Okay, number 4 on side 1 for me is the last song on Turbo, Reckless. I think it's a pretty cool up-tempo song, some good riffs in it. I like it sitting right there. Okay, number 5 for me is going to be from Ram It Down. I like ending my sides with something kind of heavy and dramatic. So I'm going to go with Blood Red Skies. It's probably my favorite song on Ram It Down. And I think it's a really cool kind of atmospheric, a lot of mood to that song, really heavy. I like the vibe of it. So I like closing off sides with stuff I like starting with a lot of energy and then closing the side off with something a little bit more, I don't know if I'd call Blood Red Skies is kind of epic. So, all right, let's move into side B of my record. I'm going to kind of use the same logic as I did to start the record. I'm going to go Hard as Iron because it's an upbeat, fast, I'm not going to compare it to Painkiller, but I guess it's in that sort of very fast Priest type of thing. I like opening up my sides with something energetic. Number 2, I'm going to go a little more melodic here. Number 2 on side B. I'm going to go with Locked In. I think that's a good hard rocking kind of number. Head Out to the Highway, that type of vibe to it. It's catchy, it's melodic, and it's a nice little contrast after Hard as Iron, which is a pretty fast, aggressive one. Okay, number 3 for me, I'm going to go with back to Ram It Down. I'm going to go with Monsters of Rock. This one's kind of plodding, heavy, dirgy. I'm certainly not going to say doomy, but it's got a different feel to it again. We've got really fast, kind of melodic hard rock, and now this one's kind of slower, heavier. I like bringing it down a little bit there. Number 4, track 4 on side 2 for me. I like this one. Some people probably don't like it. But Hot for Love from Turbo. The title is not the best title, but I like the vibe of it. I like the riffs. I think it's pretty catchy. And I'm going to end kind of like I ended side A with Out in the Cold. I absolutely love this song. I love the moody vibe to it. It's very much Blood Red Skies is sort of occupies the same vibe for me on Ram It Down as does Out in the Cold. It's just kind of epic, moody, dramatic, and I would love taking the album out on that. Okay, so there you go. Turbo Recharged, or I could call it, it is no good. I was going to say Turbo It Down, Ram It Down. I don't know. Turbo Recharge. Let's call it Turbo Recharge. If you got a better title, you let me know. Okay, so what do you think of my order there? This would be a pretty cool record, wouldn't it? When you think about it. I mean, this would be a pretty heavy record. Ram It Down, Hard as Iron. Those are fast, ripping numbers. Blood Red Skies, out in the Cold, kind of epic and dramatic. Turbo Lover's got a certain mood to it too. Locked In, melodic. Come and Get It, Monsters of Rock are pretty more a little slower, mid-tempo heaviness to them. Reckless, Hot for Love, hard rocking numbers. So I think it's got a little bit of everything, kind of the best of both of these records. So it was a little bit of a stretch, even getting to 10 from both those albums, but I think this would make for a really strong record. So let me know what you think of my picks. What would you have added that's not on my list? Or maybe you would have put it in a different order. Maybe you would have liked to have started or ended your album a little bit differently. Let me know. And let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe till we see you again. Rock hard, hard free.